my people, this is Shad Harrison. This is another edition of Interviews with the Rebel. And today I am sitting down with entrepreneur, makeup artist, business coach, life coach, probably. I feel like that kind of fits in there.
Okay.
And what other adjectives to describe you?
Overall, queen structurer. I don't know.
Queen structurer?
Yeah, queen.
You
don't like that.
I don't like that. You gotta come on.
Empowerment coach.
Empowerment coach.
Yeah.
Miss JaLauna Brenae.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. For the people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
I am JaLauna Brenae. I am a makeup artist. I specialize in bridal makeup. I am a business coach. I help new and aspiring makeup artists start, structure, and build their beauty business. I host women's empowerment conferences.
I know you did that.
Yeah, it's called the Personified Businesswoman.
I mean, I know that's the name of it. I know you did like conferences.
Mm-hmm. So I did a big one. The first one was big.
Okay.
And then I started doing little meetups on a smaller scale. Okay. And then when I intended to do it big again, then COVID hit. So, I'm keeping it on a smaller scale until the venues open back up. And
they're slowly open back up. It's pretty much like free outside. Like everything's open right now.
Exactly. So it's time to get the ball rolling again. People are asking about it. And you keep saying, I'm working on it, which I am, but it's a lot to it. It's not something I just throw together.
It's not back out there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I've known you for a while, actually.
Right.
But probably over the last month, I really got to know you and what you're like trying to do and all that good stuff. And I've always known you as pretty much the person around here that like runs the makeup scene.
Right.
Like, you've been killing it for so long, especially like wedding makeup, and like your name has been bubbling out here for a while.
Okay.
So before we kind of get into your story, how you got started and everything, got an icebreaker question.
Okay.
So if your life was a movie, it was JaLauna. Part 1. Yeah, JaLauna. What would be the 3 to 5 songs that would be on your like soundtrack? 3 to 5
songs.
So the songs that kind of matter to you over the course of your whole life.
Okay.
I don't think you're ready for that.
I wasn't, but Tupac, Dear Mama.
Okay.
That's first and foremost, moms know best. They give you advice you don't want to listen. She can't tell me what I'm doing in my life. She don't know, but she knows.
Yeah.
And when the situation's happening and mom told you, There will be times like this. I'm grateful for that. Yeah, that was a good question. So that was one. Another one would probably be, what's another good one? Let me see. You got me going. There's so many songs in my head. Guapale, Closer.
Okay.
That's another one because, you see how you want to live, or you see the life you want to live. And sometimes it seems unrealistic or maybe impossible. But the more you live, the more possible it becomes.
Right.
So that's definitely one that'll be up there.
Give me one more.
I'll say Charlie Wilson, Blessed.
Really?
Yeah. I listen to all kind of music.
It's an old school song.
It is an old school song, but hey, it's true. And it's not about material things,
Yeah.
Because the way life is going lately with COVID, it could be an altogether different story.
That is true.
Because I had COVID.
Really?
Made it through. I started 2021 with COVID. That's how I brought in the new year.
Oh, that's crazy.
It is. So, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
So I said I'm blessed.
Could have took you out.
It could have. It tried.
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm here.
All right. So I believe everybody has an origin story of, different moments throughout your life that kind of got you to the person that you are today. So what is your origin story? What got you into makeup and, got you to do all the things that you're doing now?
Well, makeup was never my passion. I don't feel like it was ever my calling.
Really?
It was never something that I desired to do.
Okay.
I used to do my makeup, when I'm going out with friends, girls' night, whatever the case may be. And they used to ask me to do their makeup. And I'm like, I can't do your makeup. I don't have anything in here for you. I have all light skin product complexions.
Right.
So it came to a point where I was buying stuff to do other people's makeup, but I was doing it as a hobby. And I was like, this is hustling backwards.
Yeah.
I'm spending money on stuff, but I'm not charging them.
And this
to
was
do
just
their
your
makeup.
friends?
Yeah, this was just friends and family. And it was kind of like an aha moment. I was like, this could really be something. So let me try it out. So I did it, I ain't gonna say illegally, but I wasn't like licensed or any of that to do.
You gotta be licensed to do makeup?
Well, I didn't have a business license. I wasn't official, like tax purposes and stuff.
Gotcha.
But once I realized I had a growing clientele, people were coming back. People would put my name out there because word of mouth is important.
Right about that.
People would put my name out there. I was getting return clients. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and do a little bit more. So I started investing in the business, taking classes because I was self-taught.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on YouTube, but it was more of me practicing, just perfecting the craft and my signature look.
Right.
So here we are 13 years later. I had to do something. I was a single mom.
Yeah.
My daughter's father was killed in 2008, and that's where it started.
Yeah.
Just bringing in extra income. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you said you didn't have a love for it at all?
I did not have a desire. I did not want to do makeup. I went to school actually to do hair. I went to cosmetology school.
Oh, really?
And I never took the state board for that because I did not want to do hair anymore. I felt it was something about my Saturdays being taken.
Yeah.
That didn't sit right with my spirit.
But doing makeup, especially doing like wedding makeup, most of your Saturdays.
My Saturdays are taken, but I have a love for it now. I like meeting people. I like being a part of somebody's special day. This is a day that you could have chosen anybody to do your makeup.
Right.
But you chose me. You trusted me with such a memorable moment because the pictures, from your standpoint, the pictures are going to last forever.
Right.
And you don't want to look at the pictures where I had this trash makeup artist and these pictures, I hate them,
Okay. So when you first got started, like how did you start to kind of like build up your name with, the work that you're doing? I know you said word of mouth, but like how did people start to know you as, as a makeup artist?
That's a good question. I don't even know when it really happened. It's just, I would start asking people, how did you hear about me? Who told you about me? Oh, my friend, you posted her picture on Facebook and you tagged her in it. And I added you as a friend because people ask me all the time, so-and-so, how do you know that person?
I don't really know them.
I don't know them. They just added me because I did their friend's makeup or their mom's makeup or something like that. That's when I realized how important social media is to a business as well because
especially now.
I can go on a live and do makeup and boom, I can book 3 clients of just me doing my own makeup.
Okay. So what were some of the struggles that you faced kind of like starting out? Because we all know that once you start a business or kind of put yourself out there, it's not always like, booming right out the gate.
Right.
Sometimes it takes a little while, like stumbling blocks that you got to try to get across before things really start to pick up for you.
Confidence.
Really?
Really. Because you know that you know what you're doing. You have the skill and the aesthetic to do the makeup, but when you first come out, you're still looking to the left and to the right at what the next person is doing.
Yeah.
And then you're questioning yourself like, oh man, look how she did that cut crease, or look how she did those eyebrows.
Not a cut crease.
Right. And I don't do cut creases, but it was the first thing that come to mind. But it's like you're still looking at the skill.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well maybe I need to brush up on this and brush up on that. And you spend so much time trying to be like somebody else, and then you realize, boom, let me just build my own signature look.
Okay.
Because not everybody is my client. That's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah.
Because I know the type of makeup I do is not what everybody wants.
Okay. So you just mentioned that, like, so what is the type of, who are your clients?
So my clients are, for one, brides. A lot of executives, business women, lawyers, things of that sort. I'm not gonna say like it's like a high-end client, but it's more of a I don't know what to call it. Just I like the business women. I like the everyday business women who like clean makeup for headshots or professional pictures. The bride, they also like clean makeup. I do get an edgy bride now and then, and that's cool because it gives me an opportunity to kind of, let the creative juices flow a little bit.
Right.
But for the most part, my aesthetic is natural, clean, simple makeup.
Okay, so let me ask you about this then. How did you get to that point where you had to kind of develop who you were for? Because as you know, and I know very well that when you first starting out, you're just trying to get, whoever's coming your way. But what happened, or how did you kind of figure out, like, these are the people that I know I want to work with, and not so much these type of people?
Right. Okay. A lot of times I find myself dealing with people that I felt uncomfortable with, or I felt like it was just nothing I could do to make this person happy.
Yeah.
And it came with all like the cut creases and the glitter eyes, and they were the younger, I guess the millennials, I guess you can call them.
Yeah.
I realized that's not me,
Yeah.
When I have a client in my chair, I want to make sure that when my client leaves, my client is happy with the overall look,
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to be like, meh,
Yeah.
And I understand that it's not for me, so I don't have a problem with saying, that's not something I do, but I can refer you to someone else who I know specializes in that look.
How was it turning down your first person when you like, what you want? I can do it, but I don't want to do it. How was that?
I felt empowered.
Really?
Yes, because at that point I knew it wasn't all about the money.
Yeah.
So most people, they'll take any client they can or get whoever they can in their chair because it's more money. At the end of the day, for me, it's about brand representation.
Yeah.
How is this going to look for my brand? They put a photo on Facebook and tag me in it of some work that I know that I didn't do my best on because that's just not my area. How does that look for the next person who's looking for a makeup artist?
It's crazy that you say empowered, because I always tell people like now that I love saying no to a client that's, when somebody hit me up and I can't do the work, people are like, hey, I need a music video. Like, yeah, I don't do that. Or can you shoot my event? Like, no, I don't do that. And I used to just think of it as being like just cocky, like, all right, I just, do what I do. Everything else I'm cool with. But when you said empowered, that really stuck with me just because I know I definitely feel empowered when I'm able to like turn people away to a certain degree. That might sound real crazy, but just the empowerment knowing that you don't have to take every gig that comes your way because you have money coming in and you know that, doing this work isn't going to be good for your brand. So it's kind of crazy that you mentioned that.
Yeah, because once upon a time, it wasn't like that. Once upon a time, a gig came and I'm taking it.
Yeah.
So it is an empowering feeling when you can turn it down and you good.
Right. Okay, that's good to kind of mention that, because I know a lot of people out here are still taking every gig that comes.
Every gig.
Yeah.
Yes, I see it every day.
Yeah, and God bless those people, but I definitely can't do it. So, when did you start to feel like momentum kind of swing in your direction? Because I feel like almost everybody who does something, whoever puts their stuff out there, they do it, they start out with just kind of like putting out stuff, doing work, and it's kind of like slowly building. But what was the moment where you felt like things are starting to like, you're becoming like high in demand?
I would say mid-2020, in the midst of a pandemic.
Really?
Yes, crazy,
You don't
right?
think it was kind of booming before?
Yeah, okay, it was I would say it was a steady rolling of clients.
Okay.
But 2020, it's just like they were coming out the woodwork. So I was like, okay, hold on, I can't keep up.
Okay.
And I'm like, in the middle of a pandemic, you still want makeup done, and you still need this, and you still need that. I was like, okay, let's work that out.
I would have definitely thought that it probably happened before, because like I said, I feel like I've seen you from afar, like kind of like booming for a while. So I thought maybe like a couple years ago it would have been.
Oh, I mean, it's been a progressive rise. I have not seen a drop in my business since I've started. It's been progressively growing and thriving, and I'm grateful for that. But I'll say in this last year, it was like mind blowing.
So what do you feel like happened in this last year that kind of like set you up like that?
It was a mindset shift. The way I looked at money changed.
Let's speak on that.
So say for instance, okay, when I used to think about clients, I was just thinking about, let me just book 2 or 3 clients and I'll be good. Now I think about it like this, and this is how I explain it to my coaching people, my coaching program attendees. If you want to make $1,000 in a week,
okay,
how are you going to make that $1,000 without breaking your back, without breaking your neck? Even if you're doing makeup just part-time. My thought is, if I do 3 to 4 clients, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's $1,000 in 3 days.
Right.
Or you do 1 bridal party If your rates are right,
Yeah.
that's $2,500 for one Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about how you look at it. I was looking at it all wrong.
How were you looking at it before?
My rates, they were not where they should have been, because in my mind, I devalue myself because I'm thinking about what people will and won't pay.
Worry too much about the other person instead of your value.
Exactly. Think about how much I pay out in products, or how much it takes for me to travel to this place and travel to that place. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I wasn't considering in my business. And one day I sat down and I went through all of my makeup. I went through all of my overhead expenses. I went through all of the travel expenses. I just went through everything like a fine-tooth comb, and I was like, wow.
You're undercharging.
Undercharging. In the red.
Yeah.
You know, where's the profit? You barely break it even some months. So I changed my rates. Then I started implementing different services. You know, I got the one-on-one classes for the everyday woman to come and learn how to do her makeup herself.
Yeah. What was the mindset behind starting to do the classes?
People kept coming to me. People came to me for one-on-one classes for their business, just the business aspect. Then they came for the makeup aspect. And it worked because with COVID, you know, you didn't want to have a whole bunch of people in a space with the social distancing and all that stuff. I don't want anybody to say they get anything from me.
Yeah.
So I had to find a way to make it happen in the safest manner possible. So the one-on-one aspect. We still together in the same space, but I get to show you hands-on how to put this makeup on. Or we get to work together laptop to laptop, showing you how to set up your business. You know? Because people can do makeup.
Yeah.
People can do it very well, but their business is not structured.
Okay. We're gonna definitely talk about that.
Okay.
But one thing that what you just said kind of triggered something in my mind is that a lot of people don't realize, like, there's more money in teaching people how to do your job. Once you teach them how to do your job, I feel like they always want to come back to you. What are your thoughts on that?
That's very true.
Yeah.
That is very true, because I teach people all the time. And those same people still email me. They still text me. They still need advice. You know? And I have no problem with doing that, because when I first started out, I feel like I didn't have that to turn to. I didn't have anybody to go and ask these questions to. I didn't have anybody to help me or kind of hold my hand or at least show me the path to walk, you know?
Right.
So I vowed that when I got to the point that I'm at and I can help somebody, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Now for a small fee, of course, you know?
I know when I first started, I used to put out pretty much everything that I knew, like, on social media. And people used to ask me all the time, like, hey, why are you doing this? Like, and to me, it was about, to me, I had the mindset of people aren't going to, like, pay attention to, like, a lot of stuff that I do. But the ones that do pay attention and they're going to start to follow some of the things I say, they're going to always come back to me. They're going to always want to spend money with me, even when I get stuff for free. And to them, I'm going to be like, you know, I can say they're their savior, but the person that's like their mentor, that's kind of like helping guide their career.
Right.
But for everybody, they can get the same information because I'm putting it all out.
Right.
So a lot of people didn't really get that, but it's kind of interesting to hear you kind of mention that. So all right, so you were doing like the one-on-one classes. What else were you doing last year that kind of where you felt like that momentum like was really building?
Back in the business aspect, templates, you know, a lot of people don't operate with contracts and the right legal documents in place to run their business and make sure they're covered.
Right.
My thought is, and this is just the honest truth, the best way to make money is to find the problem and create a solution.
Okay.
My templates were the solution.
Really?
They were. I mean, when I first dropped them, the first day I dropped my templates, I made $1,000 in 2 hours? And I sat on my couch the whole time. I didn't get off my couch. Easiest money I made. Blew my husband's mind.
Really?
He was like, oh, wow. I mean, easy.
Okay.
I mean, and to this day, there's still, I had to create a website to e-commerce site to have them up there so people could purchase, because my name is always being tagged. You know, contact her for this or contact her. And I don't have any problem selling them to you. It's just, I don't have time to, you know, I was sending invoices and then just emailing. I said, oh, I can't do this. So,
yeah, you got to automate that.
Yeah, so, you know, we're working on automation. But, yeah.
So When did you know you kind of wanted to switch towards the business side of makeup or the beauty industry, as opposed to just being a makeup artist?
Because I've been doing this for 13 years.
Yeah.
Standing up for hours on end, it's taxing. You know, your back is hurting and your knees is knocking and you can't feel your toes. So I was like, you know, I want something where it's not so much wear and tear. You know, I'm still bringing in good income, good revenue, but I'm not breaking myself down.
Right.
You know, and I still don't mind servicing the clients, but I know that if I wanted to say no, that empowering movement that we get going on, if I wanted to say no, I could say no. And it wouldn't be a huge hit.
Right. Okay. So how has it been working with, you know, different people in the beauty side, like on their business?
I love it.
Really?
I really do love it. It's like, wow. Now this, helping people, now that is something that I'm passionate about, whether it's in the beauty industry or just in general.
Right.
You know, I'm a people person.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say I don't like people, but it's not that I don't like people. I'm very introverted. I don't mind being by myself, going to the mall by myself, stuff like that. But I like to help people. And I often feel like maybe I shouldn't say something because maybe I might be intruding. But I was like, but what if I don't say something and they never know? You know?
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't mean to be offensive. I don't mean to be intrusive. But have you ever thought about this? Or have you ever thought about it this way? And that's how I get a lot of my clients for coaching, because they'll post something on Facebook or in one of these groups on Facebook, and I'm like, you know, well, maybe you should try this, this, and this. And then next thing you know, they're in my inbox.
Okay.
So I was like, well, let me see how else I can help you. And it's like, I'm gonna give you what you need, and then you're like, well, hey, what else can I get?
Right.
So,
and then you got people coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I just kind of want to switch up the flow a little bit.
Okay.
So I believe in the phrase, you got to spend money to make money.
Absolutely.
So what is the biggest thing you spent money on that led to the highest return? Not even the biggest thing, but what is something you spent money on that's led to the highest return for you?
Business coach.
Really?
I have 2 at the moment, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What made you decide that you needed a business coach?
Where I got to the point where I was stagnant, you know. I didn't know which way to go. Or maybe I had all these thoughts and not really sure how to execute them. And I feel like in order to be good at something, you should educate yourself in that aspect. So I have a beauty business coach, then I have a coaching coach, you know. So I'm not just out here putting together a coaching program just for the sake of saying I have one, you know. I have put some work into this. I have thought about it. I've created formulas to help certain aspects of the program, you know. It just comes with the territory, you know. And I've invested thousands of dollars on these coaches. Right. But I've also received the return on my investments.
Right.
Times 3, so.
All right, so you just said a couple of things that kind of get my mind going. When do you realize that you're stagnant? A lot of people don't. I feel like they don't realize that they're stagnant, or they don't admit that they're being stagnant at the moment.
When it was like a deja vu moment. I keep doing the same thing over and over again. I'm getting the same result, but I wanna do something more. I need to excel, elevate.
Right.
I feel like I've been at this level long enough. It's like, what's next?
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be something more. If I made it this far, I know it's a little bit further I can go.
Okay. Did you ever feel like, this is something that I actually dealt with, is that everybody was telling me I'm doing good, but in my head, I felt like I could be doing way more.
Yes.
I felt like people saying I'm doing good because I might be doing it full time, but in my head, I see myself running like I can say empire, but running like a huge agency that does real high-end things. So people saying like, yo, you're killing it. I'm like, this is
right, mediocre.
Yeah, this is cool. Like anybody could do what I'm doing, but the vision of it is just so bigger than what anybody else could see.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that. Like just today, I'm like, hey, I'm doing this, but I need to be doing more. Right. You know, like what more can I do? And there's so much more. I have like a notebook. I have notebooks on top of notebooks with ideas and projects that I want to do next. And I had to create a formula to kind of streamline my ideas to see how how do I know what I'm going to do next? You know, how am I going to break this down? Because every idea to me seems like a great idea, a very profitable idea, but can I execute it? Can I make it happen?
Right.
Do I have the resources?
Okay. And speaking of which, when did you know that you needed a little bit of back before I ask the question? For a while, when I was doing, what I do, for a while it was just me. I didn't have nobody on the creative side. I had nobody on the business side. If I needed something, I'll go to my wife and me and her kind of like talk through it. But my wife doesn't know anything about business. I ain't say she doesn't know about business, but she doesn't know about my business.
Right.
Nor does she know about like content creation, video stuff. So I could talk to her, but she still doesn't really get it.
Right.
So when did you know you needed like somebody to coach you on the business side, but also like the creation side of what you do?
At one point I felt stagnant, and then once I got through that, I began to feel overwhelmed,
Okay.
And then when I felt overwhelmed, it was like everything was so heavy, I just kind of fell back. And I was like, oh no, I can't have this. I have to keep pressing forward. So what do I need to do? And it's like you wait, and then a lot of times opportunity just like boom, it's here.
Right.
The opportunity is on the table. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
And it used to be, well, I can't pay that money, or this is too much money. And then it came to a point where I was like, boom, here it is.
Yeah.
Paid in full. What's next?
Right.
I could, the overwhelming part, it got heavy, Depression is real, mental health is real. And I was like, I can't let this put me in a dark place. So that's what it is. Let me get this coach. And hopefully because I did a lot of research. I didn't just go with the first person, but I went with the person that I felt the most connected to, that I felt like I can get the most, not bang for my buck, but was most beneficial to me and my business and what I was trying to accomplish.
Okay.
And that meant traveling out of Virginia.
Right.
I mean, I did it.
Okay. So when you say you had like somebody that actually that's in the beauty industry, how important do you feel that is? Just because a lot of people, work on their own and like, you know what? I can either learn everything off YouTube or I'm already good where I'm at. So do you feel like that was important to kind of have somebody in your corner that, you can kind of lean on when it comes to the creative side?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you have a problem in certain areas, you need somebody that can kind of relate to the problem in order to help you work through the problem.
Right.
I can come to you as a business owner with a problem, but if you're not, like you said, your wife doesn't know much about content creation. Right. So if you're not familiar with it, you can advise me to the best of your ability, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be helpful to me. Right. So to have her was very helpful. Yeah. And she was very knowledgeable on both business and beauty, so it was like a two for one. Right. So it was like, wow. Yeah. And that's kind of where my mindset started to shift, and I could see things from a clear lens, because it's like I had tunnel vision. Yeah. And it's nothing wrong with having tunnel vision, because you know where you are and where you're trying to go. But it's things out here that can help you along the way. Free resources or people that's willing to get you in contact with the right people. They always say it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. Right. So that has helped a lot too, just knowing the right people, being in the right rooms. Okay. So I know you mentioned a lot about your mindset just switching, especially like last year. You say you just started to think different. What are some things that you started to think differently about? My value. What am I worth? Yeah. You sit here and you create the prices, or you let a client dictate how much they want to pay, but what are you worth? You know what you're worth more than anybody else. Right. Letting people dictate how you run your business or how you operate, that is toxic to me. Yeah. Because that is, you're devaluing yourself. So now you don't see the worth in you. Right. And it shows in your pricing, how you run your business. People are, oh, you got this little business. My business is not little. Yeah. I have a legit business. Not because I have a business license or because it's registered with the state or because I pay taxes. Right. A LLC does not make my business. Right. a big business. The way I run and operate my business, the way I see my business, it makes it what it is.
Yeah.
My business can pay the bills if I didn't have a full-time job, you know? That's how I see it.
Okay. Okay, so all right, so the question I was about to ask you is, how can you tell if, like, what are a couple of the telltale things that you can see in either somebody like a makeup artist or just somebody who's in business who doesn't know their worth?
I say all the time. This weekend, only $40 makeup special.
Okay.
Why? Why are you discounting your services?
They probably got free time, you know.
Or they're trying to build clientele. Or they come to me, what do you think about me putting my services on Groupon? Don't do it. Everybody wants to build their business, and there's ways to do it without devaluing yourself, because people pay for what they want.
True.
They see your work and your work is good. It doesn't matter how much it costs. If they want it, they're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
They might not pay their light bill,
Right.
but they're going to pay for that photo session.
Right,
or they're going to pay for that makeup session.
Right.
So why devalue yourself? I get more clients as my rates are higher than I did when my rates were lower.
Okay.
Sometimes when your rates are too low, people have that you get what you pay for mentality.
That's
you know?
True.
Am I going to come out with pink eye? You know?
Okay. By the way, I'm going to use this as a clip right here. So, Rashad that's editing this, just use this as a clip, okay? My mic's over there. All right. No, that was perfect. So how can you grow a business by not devaluing you?
It's all about a structure. How do you structure your business? You know, I'm heavy on the adding value for my clients. You're not just going to come to me to get your makeup done. You're coming to me, but you're going to have a whole experience, you know?
Right.
You're not paying for just your makeup. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Especially with bridal parties.
Yeah.
You know, we popping champagne, get a little wine.
Do you bring champagne and all?
I can bring champagne. I provide gifts.
Yeah.
I leave you with little bags, you know.
When I first started doing like wedding, like I used to bring like bottles, but I'm like, yeah, this might be doing a little too much.
No, to me, especially in the environment that I'm in, it's kind of chaotic.
Right.
The bride is trying to get the seating chart together over here, and oh my God, where is the cake? Is the cake lady here yet? She's trying to get her hair done. I'm doing makeup at the same time. The phone keep ringing. Everybody got 1,500 questions. That wine comes in handy, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the whew.
Yeah, gets everybody a little mellow out.
Right. Okay. So it's all about, you know, and I'm more than just a makeup artist, because once the makeup is done, I'm doing the tying the dresses up and doing them 1,500 hooks in the back of the dress. Sometimes I'm putting safety pins in, or helping to fix up hair, strapping shoes, putting on lotion, helping put garters. I do it all. It's not just the makeup. I find myself in so many situations. Sometimes we have to pray. Sometimes we have to sit down and have a moment, because she's overwhelmed, you know?
Right.
There's just so much going on in that moment. And I could look at her and tell. I had a bride a couple weeks ago. She had the dress on. She was ready. And she looked at me. I said, here I come. And as soon as I got her, it's just like the waterworks. It's just there. But it's a memorable day. It's a great day. But it's a lot, right, leading up to that moment. Yeah. And being a makeup artist you're a lot. Yeah. More than just the application process.
You're right about that. Okay. So is there anything, I know you said, you know, providing experience, but is there anything else, you know, business owners or, you know, people who have a brand can do to kind of add value to whatever they're doing while growing their business?
Structure your business.
Yeah.
That's valuable for you. You know, make the process booking for the booking process seamless, you know?
Right.
Like you go to the site, it tells you everything you need to know before you book, your clients book. You're available to answer questions. Like, you know, I don't like that no DMs or don't contact me this way, you know. Right. Make yourself available to your clients. You know,
you want to book, but you don't want people to reach out to you.
Right.
Yeah.
People have questions.
Right.
You just never know the situation. So don't be off-putting, you know.
Right.
I like to make my clients feel comfortable. I like to be approachable.
Yeah.
I mean, just, you know, at the end of the day, always ask yourself, if this client were to leave a review, what would they say? You know?
You definitely got to think about that.
Because I'm a review reader.
Right.
When it comes to buying stuff or booking services, I'm going to read up on you first because I'm spending my money, you know? I want to make sure I'm getting what I pay for.
True. Okay.
In essence, from a business owner's standpoint, I want to be the same way for my consumer.
Right. I completely get it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So, all right, we're going to switch tracks just a little bit.
Okay.
So, in your career thus far, what has been your biggest leap of faith moment?
Becoming a business coach.
Really? Why you say that?
Because as much as people come to me for stuff, and as much as I answer questions, and as much as people pick my brain, I didn't feel like I could be anybody's business coach.
Really?
This was something I was running from, you know, because like I said, I have coaches, and I think that the programs they have in place and the things that teach is awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't want to call myself a business coach and just have something thrown together.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing worse than taking the class, and in the class, they're teaching you stuff that you already know.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that when somebody signs on with me as a client, that my program is more beneficial to them than they could have ever imagined, you know? I don't want to just say, here's the program and it costs this much money, because when you invest in a coach, you're investing in your business and you expect that return.
Yeah.
So if I don't think I can give you a return, then I'm not doing my job.
True. That makes a lot of sense. 'Cause I've definitely been in like business conferences and people are giving like information. You're like, yo, that's like basic level like entrepreneurship, or like I'll have my own business like one-on-one. Like, so I've definitely been there where like it's just like it make you just want to roll your eyes all day.
Right. Like, I've spent my money for this.
Yeah.
I heard this on YouTube.
Right. So I completely get that. All right. One of the last questions I got for you is, what has been, you know, one moment or one or two moments in your life that completely changed the course of your life as far as like where you were?
This is crazy, but when I just got a house built, you know?
Yeah.
In that house, I have my own in-home studio. I don't know why, but it seemed like once I got my studio and I had my own space to create and do things, it was just like, wow, all these ideas I had, I'm finally able to bring them to life, you know? Okay. I work on stuff in the background so much.
Yeah.
And like with the whole coaching thing, like I said, I didn't want to do it. But now that I'm looking for this stuff and I need this stuff, I have this stuff. I've created this stuff.
Yeah.
I've had these templates. I've had these ebooks. I've had these workbooks. I mean, I can start somebody's business for them like this because I have everything in there. I have the checklist for them.
Right.
It's just stuff that I created. But you know, I didn't realize what all I had until I got into my own space and it was quiet and I could spread stuff out and just, it was like, wow, I always wanted my own space, and now that I have it.
Why do you feel like you having your own space kind of was a pivotal point for you? Just because you had like more room, or what?
I don't know. It was like my. It was quiet. I could think, you know. I had somewhere I could go and close the door. Nobody's gonna come in and interrupt me. All these thoughts that I have going through my head, I can write them out and you know, strategize and brainstorm how I can get this done, how I can make this happen uninterrupted. You know, when you have 3 kids and dogs and stuff running around the house, it's like chaos. It's mommy, this, and get cook dinner. And you just got to do everything. You're a full-time worker, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a business owner, and you have to balance all of that. And sometimes it's just like, I need to go in my own little corner and
it's kind of like
get away.
Detox, get away a little bit.
Now I have that corner I can go into.
Right.
And it's just like my little, I don't know, my little cozy corner. You know, my clients love it. I love it.
Now, what'd you call it?
My cozy corner. My diva domain. Yeah, my diva domain. Yes. So,
Okay. Dope. All right. So as we wrap this conversation up, what's next for you? What's on the horizon?
Launching my program to everyone. You know, it's been in the beta stage. You know, because I wanted to see how it worked and if there's any kinks I needed to iron out.
Right.
Anything I wanted to change up or restructure. So now that I have everything in place, now it's time to go ahead and get these clients, stop taking the ones and twos and actually go ahead and just make it happen.
Okay, you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Really?
Yeah, finally, I'm ready, I was a little scared. I was teetering on the edge, but now I'm going and I'm going to jump.
Yeah, you definitely got to make that happen.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, where can people find you at?
I am on Facebook, JaLauna Brenae. I am on Instagram at I am JaLauna Brenae.
What made you decide to switch it up? Because you was just J Brenae.
I wanted my name to be the brand, and a lot of people didn't even know what J Brenae was, or they knew me as JaLauna, So I was like, well, let me just
put your name out there.
Put my name back in there. So
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gotta be relatable to the people.
Right. Okay. So yeah, where else can people find you?
Instagram at I am J Brenae. YouTube, JaLauna Brenae TV.
You need to bring that back.
I do need to bring that back. And I have some videos. I was working on editing those.
Okay.
Believe it or not, putting that Final Cut Pro to use.
Definitely gotta do that.
Yeah, it's a little learning curve for me, but I'm making it happen. So yeah, I don't tweet too much. I have a Twitter. I don't tweet.
Yeah.
If something popping, I go there so I can be in the know, but I don't tweet.
Okay,
so,
okay. All right, cool. Well, I definitely appreciate you stopping by.
I appreciate you having me.
This is a great conversation. I feel like you just kind of lighten me on a couple of things that we've already probably talked about before anyway. So this was a great conversation.
Yes.
So thank you for stopping by and hopping up here for me.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you guys appreciate this conversation, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please consider following me as well as JaLauna, and just kind of staying tuned with everything that we have going on. So that's pretty much all I got for today. So you guys stay safe, stay wonder free, keep creating, keep shooting, and you guys have a good one.